Let's keep that as the beginning. Hey guys, this is Light Novel Fiends. This is episode 10 of the podcast. This is Aries.
This is
You don't
some random Roman god.
You gotta pick a god, bro.
I couldn't think of like I told you, I picked like a generic like god from like the Roman times.
Just give a name to him, bro. Just pick a random one. Be Dionysus or something.
Isn't that like goddess?
No, Dionysus I think is the one of a liquor of wine.
Is there a gluttony god?
Probably, but I don't know.
Alright, who's like the most famous Roman like god?
Zeus? Wait, no, that's so
No, that is
Greek.
Greek, bro.
I don't know the Roman gods like that, to be honest. Jupiter, I think is Zeus's counterpart. I think it's Jupiter. I think so. I think it's Jupiter.
I'll think of one later.
All right. So guys, as you can tell, we are in costume. So as we always tell you, we always say it. You guys can tell what we're doing after the podcast
Yes.
with what we're wearing on the podcast. And me and pick a god, because I wanna address you by the god name today, bro.
Well, I'm gonna have to Google it, and I'm gonna see what the first Roman god that comes up.
For now, it's biggest gamer over here. Guys, we're throwing a theme party tonight. We said the theme is gods. It can be any gods. It can be the Catholic gods, the Catholic god, the Greek gods, the Roman gods. I think it's Hindi gods. Is that what it is?
I think it's still Hindu.
The Hindu gods, any gods, any time period, doesn't matter. Be a god. All right. So we respected it. We were like, should we show up in costume? And then I was like, bro, we gotta stick true to our values. You know what I'm saying? We said we always show up with what we're doing after. So this is what we're doing after. We're throwing a theme party. So as you guys can see, I'm Aries. I've had this helmet for all of 5 years, and I've never been able to wear it. And now I can finally wear it. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
Looks actually, it's honestly really good.
Fire. I'm happy. I thought I had to clean it or something a bit because I was worried, but because I haven't really touched it. It's been in my room just chilling.
You said De Celestis. Was that the one you said?
Dionysus.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say Celestis.
I think he's the Greek god of wine.
Because Celestis is a goddess. I'll be Invictus. Why not?
Who's he?
He's like his like Latin name is like in English is like unconquered, invincible.
Ooh, okay.
I'll be that guy because Keyboard Immortal. Zuan, he was kind of going crazy.
It was. So guys, we're talking about Keyboard Immortal today. I hope I don't keep hitting my mic with this metal thing and ruin you guys' experience. I'll try my best. I'm gonna hold it out here. We're talking about Keyboard Immortal and Phoenix Requiem today.
Yes.
You want to start off, bro?
All right. So for Keyboard Immortal, let's be honest, this whole arc has been nuts.
Insane. Like, the last 50 chapters.
Like honestly,
next level.
So good. Like every arc, I feel like the novel's gotten better, and this has been the best arc by so far.
Bro, I was shocked, especially where we dropped off.
Mm-hmm.
We dropped off. So guys, let's do a little recap. We dropped off Zuan and his crew. So his crew was the Stone Cold Woman, who was the one who is Chu Chuyan's master.
Yep.
And then we have the witch.
Yeah.
And she's Q Hongli's.
Yeah, master.
Hongli's master. And then we have the Medusa Queen, Yu Yanlo. And they were all traveling together, going through the heroic quest of Yi.
Yeah.
And they completed it, and they were gonna meet up with the Fiend Emperor and like the kind of the final boss situation, right? And the Fiend Emperor just finished going through his 4 fights with the 4 perils. He killed the 4 perils. He came here, and basically they were about to enter the tomb, which was supposed to be Don Zu's father.
Yeah.
And Don Zu's father was supposed to know the immortal medicine location, and so they go in there, and that's where we stopped. So that's where we stopped. And then
it's a bad stop.
Ooh, bro, we probably it was great timing where we stopped.
You think so?
To be able to read all we did.
Oh, actually, yeah, actually that's true because we just read we finished the unknown region arc. So there was a huge battle.
Yeah.
We found out that it was the bad guy, or I guess can't really say he's bad 'cause good and evil is kind of like
who are you talking about though?
The guy in the coffin.
Oh, in the coffin. Yeah.
So he's the final boss. So
Gong Gong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we found out that he like Gong Gong is just a title.
Yeah.
And that he's like the last generation Gong Gong. Mm-hmm. And he was above Earth Immortal. Yeah. And then he had 2 servant Earth Immortals, which was like crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
It's like Fiend Emperor was like, huh?
Yeah. I think the Fiend Emperor was just barely above his strongest. Earth Emperor.
And so Fiend Emperor, it was funny because right when he came out, Zuan was like, "All right, we're gonna have to get ready to fight." Fiend Emperor was like, "All right, I'll be a servant too." Yeah. And everyone was just like, "Huh?" He just gave up.
I was shocked. The Fiend Emperor literally was like, "Sir, master," and I was like, "What?" His son was like, "You used to tell me all the time you have to have a strong will, you know?"
Yeah, like be unyielding and like domineering, and he just
first
away.
Yeah, first sign of somebody stronger than him, he's like, "Master, I'm really in a Kauto." Mm-hmm.
And that's why. And then obviously the witch was also like, she's had like the same feelings, so she was just like, even if I'm a grandmaster and I'm still not gonna yield.
Yeah, exactly.
The Fiend Emperor like yielded, but she was like, she was so confused. She was like, he couldn't have made it this far with such like a weak will.
Yeah.
So she was just like,
but he was definitely playing.
Yeah, you know. But even like the act of like playing to her was just like
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Zuan was just like, "Well, I guess I'm about to do the same thing."
Yeah.
And then and then the guy was like, "Huh, you have a peculiar aura on you." He's like, "Crap, I can't." And I was dying. But then it was crazy because so Zuan, he got powered up. He's so strong now.
He's ridiculously strong.
And oh my god, so they ended up escaping the cave. And
should we go through a quick like overview of what happened? Just hit the big points. Like on what we read.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah. So they first. Wait, do you mean like throughout the whole thing?
Just like the last 40 chapters.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
What we read, the big points, so that like we don't have to keep like referencing it.
Yeah. So they fought the one of the servants who was an Earth Immortal, and Zuan, like apparently the world, he was recognized by the like heaven and earth, which is like a really big thing, because it gives you like all the like the world just gives you like all its luck and power. So he beat the crap out of the other servant, and everyone was just like, "Huh? How are you?" Obviously getting all that, op MC moments. And then there was apparently another coffin, the man we were looking for. You the Great. And we were just like, now You the Great's here. And we found out that he was the one that sealed Gong Gong because of their little battle back then, like when he was flooding the earth, and You the Great was like, all right, we gotta steal you up because like you're doing bad stuff. Obviously Gong Gong, like they're all rivals and everything. And so You the Great he took Zuan's cauldron, I think it was, and he beat him with that.
I think it was one of the 9 like special cauldrons.
Yeah.
I forget what was the title,
but whatever it was originally You the Great's, like that was his cauldron. And he took it back, and then he gave Zuan this crazy OP skill that allows. So it's like a materialization skill. So as long as you have like your imagination, like with his imagination and his knowledge, he basically he could bring stuff from the earth and use it as weapons there. And he went nuts right after.
So crazy.
So he fought the Fiend Emperor.
What's happening?
And we were just like, okay. I was honestly did not know. I was like, what's gonna happen here? Because I was like, is the world gonna do something? But he killed the Fiend Emperor. Straight up dropped a nuke on this guy.
Like 12 of them.
I was like, he dropped so many nukes on him. And I was like, this is insane. This is crazy. But before he fought him, like the Fiend Emperor sent the Crown Prince away. And this is where the next big thing happens. Honestly crazy. Crown Prince goes for the throne.
Well, yeah, it's true. It was wild.
Yeah, so right now we kind of stopped in the middle of the current throne fight, but basically the Crown Prince, he came back.
Over.
Well, I mean,
it's basically about to be over.
I mean, yeah, but we don't know like what's gonna happen after.
Yeah, for sure, we have no idea.
Yeah, but essentially the Crown Prince, he came out. He basically told everyone, "Hey, the Fiend Emperor died," because he said like everyone they have like their own little like tablets,
Like the life
like
token.
life and death tablets or
Yeah.
whatever. And he basically told me, if Emperor's dead, I'm the emperor now. And he made it like he went and started killing all of his brothers. And we were just like, basically, it's just the classic fight for the throne type thing.
Yeah.
And the second prince came out of nowhere, and he was like, "Sorry, buddy, it's my throne now."
Yeah.
And he beat the crap out of the crown prince. And this whole time, there's this whole bloody battle going on, and then Zuan and them come out, and they're just like, "What is going on?" Everyone's just confused. And then Zuan's like, "All right, time for you to play the hero." Saves the beauty. And then now he goes and saves the demon empress.
Yep.
And honestly, I was kind of shocked because I was like, demon empress kind of just sets you up.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna go for a little like revenge thereafter, but he was like, we know Zuan. He was like, she's too beautiful.
Yeah.
So instead, he was
got
like,
a soft spot.
Yep. So instead, he saved the demon empress and her kid, and he basically proposed to her. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna make your kid the emperor because he has hella connections, because he had the elf race, the peacock race,
the demon race,
and the demon race." In the Sea Clan.
All the Sea Clan, the ocean races.
Yeah, ocean races.
The Medusa clan, obviously.
Yeah, they don't really have much there.
Yeah.
But then you also have two grandmasters with the witch and the Stone Cold Woman.
Yep.
So basically, the second prince, he kills the crown prince.
That was crazy.
Literally ate him. He ate his heart.
Took his heart and ate him, bro.
And I was like,
that was an Aries
I was like, that's gross. Damn.
I don't know, bro. I didn't think of it as gross. I saw it and I was like, fuck yeah, bro. I was hype. I was like, oh my goodness, it's going crazy. Cause imagine, bro. He's like literally takes out his heart and he's just drinking it. Yeah, it was gross, but it was such a display of power.
No, it was because he's like that class. Like, I've been fighting my whole life for this moment because he basically described it as like his talents wasn't anyway inferior to the crown prince.
He was better.
Yeah, he just didn't. He just
was born second.
Yeah, pretty much, and he didn't have his mom wasn't like the empress.
And one good point, before you keep going, that I thought was really cool that I forgot about was when the crown prince and the second prince were fighting. They were evenly matched, but the crown prince, he didn't get the full cultivation from the fiend emperor, but he did get a boost. He probably went from increased in the master stage at least one stage or two, and so I was like, damn. So the second prince was way stronger than him originally.
Oh, that's true.
And he said it during the fight. He was like, "Oh, we're evenly matched." I think the crown prince said it. He was like, "We're evenly matched. Even though I didn't get the full cultivation from the fiend emperor, I got some. So if I didn't get any." He would destroy me right now. And I was like, I forgot about that. That's a great point.
He schemed deeply, the second prince. He was ready.
I'm not going to lie. I feel a little bad for him.
I do too. Because it's like the fight for the throne is always really bloody.
I feel like he deserves it, bro. If it wasn't for Zuan, he's the main character.
Yeah, because when you think about it, he did so much to prove himself. He went to the front lines. He was fighting the human race. He was gathering up all these assets and connections. But the fiend emperor is basically just treating him as another tool for his brother.
Yep.
And obviously, anyone's gonna be why just he wants a chance.
Yeah.
And he finally got it. And he
ran with it.
He went all the way.
Yep.
And then out comes Zuan.
Sorry, buddy. And then, that was basically what we read up to. So, Crown Prince dies. Second Prince takes... and then Second Prince basically is about to do a showdown against Zuan's crew.
Actually, he also killed the other two princes, the third and fourth one.
Oh, yeah. The Crown Prince did that, though.
No, he rounded them up. But he hadn't killed them yet. The Second Prince came in.
Oh, really? I thought it was the Crown Prince that killed them. I thought he said capture them, but wink.
No, but he did. But when we were reading it, the second prince saw the third prince and the fourth prince. Remember?
Oh yeah, you're right.
He was like, "Oh, thank God, my brother got him here for me," and then he killed him.
Ah, you're right. You're 100%. Yep.
And then, Zuan came in. Actually, so before Zuan came in, they were running to the what's it called, the palace, and Zuan, he was standing there, kind of the calm, badass, pretty much.
Yeah.
and what's his? It was the Lion King, right?
Yeah.
He shot down the Lion King with the sun slaying bow, and
One
that
shot.
scene, he was literally just pulled it out and just boop. It was like he literally like like with the
It was
sun
beautiful.
thing.
It was
And
beautiful.
I was like, that was crazy.
It was so insane.
The fighting went nuts. Honestly, throughout this whole thing, because you had Yu the Great versus Gonggong, Zuan versus the Fiend Emperor,
crazy.
Or I guess Zuan and the crew versus the Fiend Emperor, because he didn't fight him by himself.
Yeah.
And then here you had like Zuan, like
versus Lion King.
Yeah, and then obviously like the witch and the Stone Cold Woman were fighting, and then now they're fighting the second prince. And I think we left off where like the bat was like going to attack the young prince, and him and Zuan are about to fight. So I'm assuming that's gonna be.
We know how that's gonna end.
Yeah.
The bat is a blood-sucking person, and we all know
what happened to Mosquito Taoist.
And that was her disciple. That was his disciple.
Yeah.
So basically, like anything this guy has, like even if it's better than Mosquito Taoist, it's not as good as his.
No, not as that Heaven Devouring Sutra.
Yep. So, bro, I gotta ask the elephant in the room. How do you feel about his power up? Too OP, not OP enough, perfect.
I think it's perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me why.
I think because he's too high level now. He's involved with too much at the top.
Yeah.
He needs all this power.
All right, I agree. He needs the power, but I think it was a little bit of an ass pull that he can kill Earth Immortals now. Bro, he killed the Fiend Emperor.
No. He said outside of the secret unknown region, he would not been able to pull it off.
Oh, really? He said that?
Yeah, because he was saying like it was literally like everything lined up, like the stars aligned for him to kill the Fiend Emperor. Like, because he said, because you know how like the materialization technique like uses his energy.
Yeah.
So he said the amount that he was like
using.
Yeah, like the amount that the materialization skill was like taken out of him was like so like much that like the unknown region, remember, it's like it's back in immortal time. That's so the key there is extremely dense. So the amount of key he was taking in and out, like the input output was like extremely high.
Okay.
So that's why he also needed obviously the other three, all the girls, like key as well. So it was like a ton. So that's why he said like right now it's so thin in like the real world that like he would never be able to do that. Okay. And they all said that too. They were like, it's just his mentality that's like.
My thing is that I thought because he killed the Fiend Emperor with the help of the world and the women and everything, I didn't think he could keep like that going specifically. But with him going out, killing Grandmaster.
Oh, he could destroy Grandmasters now.
I'm like, me seeing him one-shot Grandmasters, I'm like, he must be able to at least put up a fight against Earth Immortals now. And I think that's crazy.
I don't think he can.
Bro, he's been one-shotting Grandmasters.
Yeah, but the difference between Grandmaster and Earth Immortal is like really big.
So you think if he sees the Human Emperor right now, Zuan, he's running for his life?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think he shoots a couple arrows and gets the hell out of Dodge.
I think, actually, you know what it is? Zuan, you know who he is? He's the last arrow. He has one last like
really, yeah,
like Godsling arrow, whatever it's called.
Wait, that's crazy.
Right?
Actually, that's
arrow,
true.
Bro. He's the last arrow,
and he's so weak compared to like the Golden Crows from like that time period.
He's getting wrecked.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I would say, nah, you gave me some perspective. I'd say it's still a little bit too much for me, but I'm not that mad at it anymore. Because I was a little upset. I was like, bro, this is a little too much power.
Yeah.
But, like, you make a good point, bro. You make a good point.
Yeah, because I was like, right now, his associations are just
too huge.
Yeah, and his, like, status, like, in
the world?
Yeah, is, like, really high. Because, like, he's the general of the Eastern Palace, right?
And he's basically set up. He's basically taken over the Fiend Emperor, like Fiend side.
Oh well, yeah, because now he's the adoptive father of
the young Emperor.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So they're probably gonna give him a high position, or maybe even if they don't, like maybe they'll just say like he's the adoptive father, because like clearly like his strength is like so high, like he acts as like the deterrent or something from people like getting ideas.
Exactly.
So I'm assuming they'll probably kill the second prince in this next part. So he'll
assuming, yeah.
So even if without him, it's like he's like the last line of like the Golden Crow. So like it'll just all line up for like him to like grow up properly as the Fiend Emperor. I imagine the Demon Empress will also like have a lot of say as well, considering she's like also a Grandmaster and was like literally the Empress.
Wait, Demon Empress? She's a Grandmaster? I don't think
Isn't
she's
she?
Grandmaster. I think she's Master level.
You think she's Master?
Because they were saying that the two people who went after her to kill her son, they were like two captain guys, but they didn't say they were Grandmasters.
Really?
Yeah, remember when the Crown Prince sent out everybody to kill like all the princes?
Oh, they might have been Master. Okay.
I think there were two Master rank people and they beat her. Like they beat her. Like she was gonna lose.
Oh, because she said in 1-on-1 she could have beat.
Yeah. So that's why I think she's Master. Maybe she's like peak Master. But I don't think she's like
Grandmaster.
I don't think she's Grandmaster. Because basically every time you see a Grandmaster fight, they call it out. They're like Grandmaster.
Oh, that's true.
You know? They always say it.
Yeah, when Witch and Stone Cold Woman came out, they were like, oh, Grandmasters. Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Yeah, but like when she was getting fought by those two guys, she was just like, oh, they're strong. So I'm assuming they're like both Masters.
Yeah, you're right.
She's
you're
like
right.
Master too.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was unexpecting her level of power. I was not ready for that.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to be like a flower vase or like 7th rank of cultivation or something, you know, like Be Long.
Yeah.
The princess who was like, I think 6th rank of cultivation, you know, something like that. I was actually very surprised seeing her at master rank. Also, I think I just gotta say the world. We were right on one of our predictions because yesterday I was watching our last episode on Keyboard Immortal to see like what we were talking about, and we were definitely right that as soon as he comes out of this unknown region, the worldscape is just gonna change, bro. Because he's so strong now that the worldscape has to change, or else the book is gonna end soon.
Well, that and the Demon Emperor or the Fiend Emperor just died.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're gonna know because when they announce the coronation for like the new emperor, like obviously the spies and like
they're gonna know.
They're gonna tell him he's gonna be like, he might start a war, maybe.
Oh, you mean Zuan?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You think he has the power for that? Because it's pretty clear that he's like.
Well, he doesn't need the power. He can literally just send. Because remember, King Key, the Kin family, they control the army. So all he has to do is just send to like weaken King Key. Send one of his, because the King Key and Kins are allies.
Yeah.
So you can send the army to fight the fiends under the pretext of like, oh, they're weak now.
Yeah.
Like, we can take care of them.
So you think we're going into a war arc?
Maybe. He could send them to war.
Yeah.
And then while they're at war, he can deal with King Key back in the capital.
Okay.
Something like that.
I agree. But yeah, bro, Keyboard Immortal has been insane these last 50 chapters. It blew up.
Honestly, a war arc right after this would be nuts.
It's just been going from peak to peak, and I think that would make it even more peak.
Yeah, because like now it's like there's gonna be crazy amount of fighting, and then also it would be like the top races are all friends with Zuan.
Everybody.
So it'd be like he'd be like, what do I even do?
Yeah, exactly. He'd have to. Honestly, I think he'd probably participate, but I don't know if he could do like kill humans like that, like massacre like a ton of humans. I don't think he can do it.
He could if they're from the King Key side, or even the Emperor side, as long as they're not people he knows.
You think he would? Mass amount of people?
Yeah.
We haven't seen him do anything like that.
But I think like
he does very much say like somebody comes to kill him, he'll kill them, you know?
Well, maybe this would be like the awakening of like his ruthlessness, right? Because you remember how Mealy always said he wanted him to be ruthless?
Who?
Mealy.
Oh, Mealy, yeah.
This could be like if the war arc does happen and he has to like pick and decide.
Yeah.
That could be like the turning point.
I think he's so strong now with his connections and his personal strength that he can decide what happens in the war.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think he could, like, for example, personally, I think with the backing he has on the Fiend side, I think he can basically call the shots on the Fiend side. He can call the shots, you know.
Oh, work as a spy, insider.
And then no, I'm actually not even thinking like that. And then I think with Zhao Han, like he doesn't have the connections in the human side that are as far reaching, but I think he can set up like an assassination on him. Like I don't think it has to be
Oh,
a
that'd
whole
be
war.
crazy.
I think he can just one shot the human emperor, honestly.
Oh, like he gathers a bunch of grandmasters.
Yeah,
and they're just like hold him down for one
hold
second.
him down for 1 second. He pulls out the arrow,
Just one shots him.
one shots him.
Oh my god.
Honestly, that's my prediction because I don't think I can't see them going into a whole war arc just because of all the people he knows, and I just don't think he's like I don't think he's ever meant to be that ruthless, and I don't think he will be, to be honest.
I think there'll come a time in the book where they'll definitely try to push him.
For sure.
I think there'll be a situation that'll like really like push him to the limit.
You know what I think it'll be when the heavens open.
Maybe.
Because I can't see anybody in the current landscape of the world like be that dangerous that is gonna pressure him like that, except the human emperor. But I think he gets one shot by the arrow. That's why I think I'm not like counting him.
Okay.
Because that arrow is like basically a one shot kill for an Earth Immortal.
Sure. Actually, there was one moment when he was ruthless. That's when he was in the secret world with Pei-Manman.
Oh yeah.
That was the time where he literally repeated like the actions.
Yeah.
Remember he repeated the actions like the tyrannical emperor when they like killed his sister.
Yeah.
And he was like, "All right, that guy's getting ate up." Honestly, that was crazy.
It was very crazy.
And then he beat the crowd. He just killed everyone else.
Everybody.
I was like, okay,
that one was different.
So he has it in him.
All right, fair.
Just depends on.
You have to. I feel like you really have to push that man, though.
That's true, you do.
Like I don't think it's a regular occurrence.
So I think we'll see. The scheming is about to take another step forward in the world. I think when the human emperor finds out about the Fiend Emperor's death, he's definitely going to make some kind of big move. Either against King Key or the Fiend race, or maybe both. He's definitely going to like try to solidify himself because now he's all these years, everyone was saying the Demon Emperor was like, or the Fiend Emperor was like his equal, is like on par with him. Now, like he has no equal technically in the world.
That's a crazy line. He has no equal.
Yeah,
peerless.
Like officially.
That's crazy.
So it's like, what's next? Like, what is he gonna do? And what is Zuan gonna do? Because now, like the whole thing, honestly, before like the Fiend Emperor, like they fought the Fiend Emperor, I was like wondering, I was like, how? Because like right now he's trying to play Zhao Han and King Key against each other because he's trying to survive, right? And the best thing is for both of them to get hurt. So I was originally wondering, I was like, maybe he'll try to bring the Fiend Emperor in this to injure all three of them. Obviously, the Fiend Emperor is dead now, so now it's like I don't know what Zuan's gonna do. Like he has to like really get these guys to hurt each other.
One thing I think is an important plot point that they made pretty clear is the new, I think it's called the Rune Forging chart. Is that his new ability?
Right? Yeah.
So one thing that no, not the Rune Forging chart. I'm sorry. When he what did he get recently? I think maybe it is the Rune Forging chart that allows him to like fix weapons, right? Yeah. And so Meelee's problem right now is that she's in a weapon in the Tai sword. Then it's kind of like damaged, so she can't really like be herself, right? But I think the next part is gonna be him finding those materials to repair her. Once she's repaired, I don't. The only other obstacle would be finding a body, I guess, for her to take over.
He still needs like a couple more like materials for the body, right?
I have no idea. I don't remember. I don't remember at all, to be honest. But I think I don't remember exactly how it goes down, but I feel like that's probably gonna be the next big plot point tied into whatever else happens. Is him trying to resurrect Melee because like he does think of her. Maybe not as a master, but as a master for the most part, and then like as a friend as well.
They'll probably need it a lot, especially like when like we get to like whatever arc.
The next, yeah,
Probably not. I'm.
not the next one,
It's
but
probably like whatever arc involves like something with the heavens.
yeah. Because once I think the next arc is gonna be, so to make it clear, I think the next arc is gonna involve him and Zalhan. Like we're gonna settle that.
Yeah.
Whether that means Zalhan is dead, I don't know, but it's gonna get settled. And then I think after that, it's gonna be like recovering Melee, and like during that, the heavens are gonna open somehow. Like I don't know.
Oh, if it's gonna be settling with Sao Han, we could be in for a long arc.
I don't know
'Cause there's
exactly what type of settling. I used the word settle as like
settling.
okay, okay. I meant settling by like the situation will be resolved. Now I don't know if that means that like Zalhan is assassinated or if Zalhan is like becomes like sees him as an equal and says that he won't be able to kill him. I don't know. But I'm just saying like that's the next arc for sure.
I don't think the second one would ever happen.
I don't think so either.
Also, I think we also have to. The reason why I think it'll be a long arc is also because, it'll involve Zauhan, probably the Libationer.
All the liberationer, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Zuan, probably go into depth into Zuan's identity.
Yes.
Because he is the previous. I don't know.
Dynasty's.
I don't know.
Child.
He is someone. He's like some official's kid, I think.
Yeah. Someone important.
Someone who was important in the previous dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
And so he has some sort of special status that, will probably be explored in the next arc.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of this is just gonna come to light, which is why I think it'll be a pretty long arc.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's a lot of like deep scheming. I don't think a lot of people will be involved. I think we're going to see a lot of new people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming like the Chu clan, like I don't know how long it's going to be before we see them.
Well, one quick note on the Chu clan while we're here. I want him to heal his father-in-law's dingaling so he can get back to working, okay? Because they made it very clear that his father-in-law, the Duke, I think he's a Duke, right?
No.
He's a something. He's a Duke. No, he's
like a Marcus.
I think he's a Duke. Something like that.
Yeah, he's a high title.
High title. His wife, I remember back in like chapter 300 or 400 when his wife was poisoned or something. She thought she was gonna die. I remember she was scared that like Zuan was gonna treat her like he treated her daughter, like obviously through sexual acts.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no. And then she was saved or whatever. But during that, she made it very clear that he's been ever since he was injured, like years and years ago. They haven't been able to do anything. So
that's pretty sad.
It is. So I'm hoping just like he fixes it because he just has to like touch him now. He doesn't have to like
help your in-laws out a little bit. Yeah. Like give him a little happiness over there.
Like just come on, bro.
Because that's rough.
Yeah, that's very rough.
Like for both of them.
Oh, for sure. Like, for sure.
Especially, I feel like for the father, it's probably even more like horrifying.
Just
like,
for sure.
I can't. Like
he's peacocking like crazy.
Yeah.
Anytime that lady steps out, he's looking. He's looking. He's like, "Where you going? Who you with, huh?" That's an old fling. I remember him. Huh? That's an old suitor.
Oh my god.
But that was just a quick side note. But honestly, Keyboard Immortal did not disappoint.
No.
I can't understate this. I think it was like a 10 out of 10 the last 50 chapters. Mm-hmm. Like I want to read more. And I can't. Too.
We gotta wait for the next cycle, bro.
We gotta wait for the next cycle.
Next arc that pulls up. And then yeah, I think we're gonna meet a lot of new people. Because like we haven't explored that much of the world.
That's true.
So I think
they've also made it seem like the world is very tiny.
Yeah, that's because they haven't explored much. Because also, it feels really tiny because we've known the big powers for most of the novel. Yeah, that's true. So it's like outside of that, like going anywhere else would seem kind of small in comparison. Mm-hmm. But if you look, there's definitely certain powers that have some status. Okay. So if we go explore those,
that's what I was talking about in the last predictions, bro. those unknown families are gonna start popping
Oh,
up.
the how
The
like
divine families, you
all
know.
these Jackson novels, they're
Yeah.
always like, oh yeah, the ancient families. You're
Yeah.
just like, no, not the ancient
I'll tell you,
families.
bro.
They
What I
came out
say,
of
bro. What I
nowhere.
say.
Something like that will definitely happen. But yeah, I definitely think like I feel like he's probably gonna be a loner in the next arc. I
Honestly,
don't think he'll have any help because I feel like everyone's busy.
I gotta say, I love him having all the women around, and like, I love their reactions to stuff. But sometimes I'm just like, still during this moment, we're in the life or death, and like, he'll help out the Stone Cold woman first, and then the witch is on the side, like, oh, you helped her first. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are both about to die. Like, can we stop with this jealousy stuff? Those are the few times that I get a little ticked off, but not ticked off like I'm like, oh, this writing sucks.
Yeah.
It's more like mad at the characters, and I think it's hilarious. So I think the author's
Yeah.
doing a good job, but it still is like, guys, like get over it. Come on. But bro, amazing. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Can't say it. Can't say it anymore. It's amazing. Amazing. And then him one shotting the Lion King, Zuan one shotting the Lion King.
Those
What?
fights were they're all insane.
All right, can I spoil? Can I say a spoiler?
What's the spoiler?
Basically, it's just today's chapters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, so guys, today the today's chapters for Keyboard Immortal came out. And I read like the first one. I haven't read both of them. Two come out on the weekends. I read the first one, and let's just say Zuan goes crazy. He one shots. He one shots the mosquito guy, and then he goes around one shots another grandmaster.
Did he one shot him with the mosquito guy with the heaven devouring suture?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And then he one shots somebody else with an arrow. And
with an arrow?
Yeah, and then he one shots another grandmaster with an arrow. And then he pulls out another arrow, and he looks at the grandmaster, be like, "You want to live or what?"
Did he? How did he get more arrows?
Materialization.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used the rune forging art.
Okay, that's
to make the
wait. That's crazy OP.
That's what I've been saying, bro. That's why I was like, maybe too much. Oh, because that's right. Because you haven't seen it, bro. Literally, this chapter that came out today, he's one shotting grandmasters. One shotting them.
Oh wow, so that is really OP.
Bro, I wish honestly, maybe we need an interlude for like 5 minutes for you to read this chapter, bro. Basically, there's like two grandmasters, and one of them tries to run away from him, and he literally shoots one arrow and instantly kills him.
Damn,
Instant kill.
What is the Sunslayer bow?
I don't know, but it's crazy.
It's like you give me a legendary, and I'm fighting like a level 2 mob. I'm just
literally what's happening.
Yeah,
that's how it feels like, bro. He's so strong, and I love it. I hate it sometimes, but I love it. I love him. I love when my characters are OP for like 30 chapters.
That's true, because like he did just spend most of the time kind of getting his butt kicked.
Yeah.
And then he had some, because like what they did was like he's just kind of getting beat down the whole time. He has like these big moments where it's like, okay, I got an op weapon, I'm about to go crazy.
Yeah.
And then this time, op skill, crazy, and he went crazy on everybody.
I am loving it, bro. That's what I like my characters being OP after a power up for like 30 chapters.
Yeah.
Like show off the power up.
And then like go back to normal.
Go back to, and then I want like something to challenge him or something again. I can't have him be that OP all the time. Yeah. You know. But every once in a while, I like my main character to be OP.
Yeah.
So I like it. Anything else you want to add to Keyboard Immortal?
No. I think they just finished. They wrapped up the arc, and I think the next one will probably go crazy. Hopefully, we don't get any ass pulls. You just saw how I titled the video. Yeah. Absolute ass pulls.
Yeah, I love that title, bro. I love that title. Absolute ass pulls. That was last week's episode for Absolute Resonance with the absolute ass pulls they were pulling. It was ridiculous. And Keyboard Immortal, to be honest, since we started the podcast, hasn't disappointed.
Nope.
We've been, and what's funny? I remember, guys. This is a little story for you guys. I was about 400 chapters into Keyboard Immortal, and I hit up my boy, Biggest Gamer, also known as Evictus, and I was like, bro, this might be the funniest cultivation novel I've ever read. He was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Bro, the fighting is awesome, and he's also hilarious, and he has like the harem done well, you know."
Yeah.
And so I remember telling you about it, and then like a week later, I was on chapter 500, and at the time, I think we were like near like chapter 850 was the max at that
Yeah.
time, and he was literally a week later. Evictus is hitting me up like, "Hey, I'm caught up,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Whoa!" He was like, "Bro, it was effing hilarious."
It was.
I think you said it exactly like that. You're like,
Yeah.
"It's effing hilarious."
I was like so absorbed.
Keyboard Immortal makes you just roll around and
I
laugh,
can't
man.
just like I was just like staying up late to
Yeah.
like 2, 3 a.m. and just reading. I was like, I cannot be up to sleep. I just can't help
Yeah.
myself. And honestly, reading Keyboard Immortal was like probably one of the more enjoyable times I've like read a light novel.
Yeah.
It's just so funny the whole way through.
And I think also for us, we were deep into like big like fighting novels where it was very bloodthirsty and just killing
Yeah.
and all that. And this was like a fresh breath of air. Is that the saying?
Yeah, fresh of breath air.
Say it again.
Fresh of breath air.
I think that's wrong.
Wait, what?
A
Breath of fresh air. Wait, my brain just went.
A fresh of breath air.
My brain just like completely
I was like, that doesn't sound right.
fresh of breath air.
No, a breath.
No,
of fresh
I
air.
know. But that's what I was just saying. I said that wrong. And I was
Yeah.
like, in my head, that just didn't sound wrong at all.
So it was. This novel was such a breath of fresh air. Like from all the regular like young masters, you dare, you're courting death. You know, like while there's
Way
still
too many of those.
while it's still involved, you still hear those very very infrequently. Like it's mostly funny, you
Yeah.
know, and I that's why I really love Keyboard Immortal. It takes you away from all the like too much of that, you know. But yeah, all right, that's Keyboard Immortal, guys. Can't wait to read it again in probably a month or something.
Yeah, probably like that.
Yep. So while on the little interlude in between Keyboard Immortal and Phoenix Requiem, we want to say, please like and subscribe the video, guys. Leave a comment. We want to talk to you guys. We're not just saying it; we mean it. We want to talk to you guys. We want to hear some comments. All right. We got Twitter at LNFiends. Follow us. We're trying to talk to you guys. We're free. I'm telling you, we're free.
You know, you mentioned all those funny moments from any light novels you're reading, especially Keyboard Immortal. I know, like, yesterday I tweeted and I was like, Keyboard Immortal was going crazy this week.
I saw that.
Had to. I was like, after I finished like the latest chapter yesterday, I was like, bro, I gotta send something out.
And one more thing I want to add, guys, is I know last week I asked Biggest Gamer here. I was like, hey, so I think it was last week. I was like, hey, so for Destroyer of Ice and Fire, do you want to do a review at 450 or like 500 or 700? And he said no. And now I'm here to ask you once again. Because I have been reading Destroyer of Ice and Fire like crazy recently. And that arc after the national championship, but like in the interlude of the national championship, you know what?
Yeah.
When they go out to fight the evil dragon followers.
Yeah.
That thing was insane. It is probably some of the craziest writing I have read in a while. Bloodthirstiness, fighting heroicness, hot-bloodedness. It was amazing, bro. I feel like we should talk about that 450. Wait, first of all, what chapter are you at?
So I stopped right around when they got there and they started doing the missions and they had to like guard from the evil dragon followers.
That's where you are?
Escaping, yeah. So
from escaping?
Yeah, so I'm right before they start like really fighting in the whatever their territory.
Yeah. Read the next 35 chapters. Insane. Oh my goodness, bro. 12 out of 10.
Really? It went that nuts.
It was so good. And just like, there was a line in there, bro. You know, they're so good with the lines, like with the singing. You know, when they put it in there where they're singing and stuff. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Bro, can we review this at 450?
All right, since like you're saying it's been like going crazy, we'll do
it. So good.
We'll do 450.
All right. You want to do that next week instead of 9-star, or you want to do 9-star next week?
We can do
Either one. I'm fine with either one.
Let's do Ice and Fire.
Oh, yes. Guys, you are not going to be disappointed. Destroy of Ice and Fire goes so hard. You need to read this
Yeah,
book. It goes so hard.
I'm gonna read it now since you.
I got so excited. I did so little work on Thursday and Friday. Guys, I work 8 to 4:15, and let's just say I was reading from 8 to 4:15. I said F my responsibilities.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, I got my job done. Ooh. There's a spider on the camera, I think. You see that?
Oh.
You ever seen two grown men scared of a spider?
I'm not scared of a spider, but that's kind of just like.
All right, we're gonna let that go.
Just let him live a little while.
Let him live. But yeah, guys, Destroy Ice and Fire next week. I'm hyped because it is amazing. I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to talk about it. Honestly, I was gonna call you to talk about it. I was like, no, I need to wait for the pod. I need to wait.
Still to get done.
And I also feel like so much happened after chapter 200. So I'm like at chapter 340 right now. So much happened that I feel like we have enough to talk just right there.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, the next 100 chapters, I don't know, but like, there's so much already.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Anything you want to add before we go to Phoenix Requiem?
Nope.
All right. I want to start by saying this is a slog fest, guys. We always told you that we would read the first 200 chapters, and we are always gonna do that. But all I'm saying is, it's getting tough. I am not liking this anymore.
So I'm glad that I didn't say anything to you because I was feeling similar way. I was like, I wonder if. So as I was walking back today from work, I was just like thinking about it because I had read a little bit like up to it to 100 at work, and I was just like,
oh, today?
Yeah, I was like, I wonder if Manny likes the pacing. The pacing is weird in this novel.
I hate it.
It is really weird.
It's so weird. Like,
it doesn't. So right now there's kind of like two plots going on in the novel.
Yeah.
So we have the revenge plot, and well, I don't really want to say the other because it's kind of a spoiler, but it's essentially something regarding like her identity. I won't go too much into that, but personally, that's one of the things I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like that one at all.
Because she's already like a reincarnated rebirth.
Let's say rebirth. Yeah.
Individual.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, she has like a secret identity. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
You're really like a useless person in the past. Why is this like a thing now? But they're kind of exploring it, but the interactions with the characters when they see her is like the people who
over the top,
who know her identity, or I think they know. I'm not really sure. They know something about her. I'm just like, I don't really like this. I love scheming, or I love secrets. But I think when the main character if there's a secret about a main character that they themselves don't really know, but a lot of other people do, I'm not a big fan of that.
I think I mostly agree, but they can do it well, which I think Phoenix Requiem doesn't do. But I think an author can do it well by like maybe hinting, like saying it, they'll hint about it, but it won't be like a main point that's talked about often.
That's true.
And I feel like here, like, we just hear it a lot.
We do, because
it's like
you heard it at the beginning.
Yep.
And we've probably heard it like 10 times at least.
And it's like, if it's a secret, I want it to be like I'll like these type of secrets if like the emperor knows and he's like, oh, we must keep it a secret. He'll tell like his like highest person level, or then that'll be cool. But like when these people are just like kind of talking about it, I'm just like, it kills the appeal.
Well, it kills it because they're not properly they're not explaining it.
Yeah.
They're just kind of keep saying she has like a certain like another identity, but they're not really telling us what it is, which I think can be fine. But they're not really giving us
anything.
they're not giving us a direction.
Exactly.
Like we can't really guess anything.
Yeah.
Like I like guessing. Like once again, 9-star. You know how we always go back here.
It's popped up in every episode.
We can like make like some kind of like assumptions about Long Chen and maybe his family or stuff like that, and like other stuff. Obviously, we don't know, but like the author's given us a lot of hints.
Yeah.
And a lot of like foreshadowing to be like, maybe he's this, maybe he's that, maybe there's other stuff. And then slowly moves forward with it. But here we just kind of got a lot of filler. I think that's the right word.
I think one thing that I'm also really disliking is her love interest situation.
I mean, it's really weird.
It's very weird.
I don't know if I read it properly, if I'm being honest, because this is a little spoiler, but I feel like we gotta put it out there.
Yeah, for sure.
So in the early chapters, there's this man.
Chapter 1, or it's probably like chapter 2 or 3.
Was this like? Oh yeah, you're right. It's probably like, I think it was chapter 3.
Probably.
Where this man was injured. She came out to help him.
By the way, in her courtyard, which I gotta say is not guarded well enough, because people are just coming in and out like it's a marketplace.
The man kissed her.
Didn't like that.
Like all of a sudden. And I'm pretty sure it's inferred that this man is an older guy.
Yeah.
And she's like 16?
13.
She's 13?
She's 13, bro.
And this guy is like
probably at least 30.
Yeah, like an like he's called uncle.
Yeah.
Like an uncle type. So I was honestly just kind of like, what is going on here?
Well,
when I read that, I was like, this is weird.
So one thing you might have forgot about, and I don't know if I don't know if I want to spoil this thing, but basically the reason that he was going after her was after that first encounter, or after the second encounter that he has with her, he realizes that she's like perfect for being a furnace.
Oh,
a cultivation furnace.
That's true.
So that's when he took kind of interest in like getting her stronger to like help him gain strength himself. But then it changes a little after that with like everything that happens in the palace. I didn't like that either. It was so weird. Basically, my fear, guys, that I talked about chapters 1 through 50 basically happened.
Yeah.
Like it didn't happen, but basically happened.
They were like pushing it, and I was like,
it was very uncomfortable to read.
Yes, and
I'm not gonna lie, it was so uncomfortable for to read. It made me rethink how I read the other same scenarios with male characters, like fixing like female characters that have the aphrodisiac. And now that I've read the other side, I'm like, I didn't have enough empathy, cause like I used to. It's not like I liked it. I didn't think it was good, but I was just like, oh, this is gross. Whatever, get it out of the way. But now I'm like, oh, like now it's like more disgust.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, oh, like can we just stop? Can we not do this?
Especially because like they're young.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, this is kind of like a little much.
I think the difference in like other books is that in other books usually they at least have a liking towards each other. So it's not like, it's more like, oh, all right, aphrodisiac, whatever, right?
Yeah, and they're also like adults.
And they're adults, and so that's why it's like, while like I'm still grossed out, I'm like, whatever.
So you can think of it as like a one night stand. They got drunk or something.
Exactly. But here it's just like,
it's really disturbing.
It is.
So that's why I was like, the pacing is weird because the way they're progressing the revenge story, it's really slow.
I'm also
honestly, I wish they would focus on it. I honestly wish they broke it up into 2 parts. So I wish they would focus on the revenge story mostly, and then subtly hint at her whatever her identity is, but actually give it some direction.
Completely agree.
And then kind of like forget about it for a while, and then have it randomly pop up, maybe like like you said, like the emperor, some like high ranking person.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, oh, this is interesting as they find out something about her, and it kind of gets revealed, and you're just like,
Yeah, exactly.
but we haven't really gotten that.
I'm also getting more upset. So I remember last time I was telling you guys I would get more upset if they didn't explain how she's so good at certain things.
Yeah,
And
they didn't.
they haven't done that yet. So she's just all of
On
a sudden turned super smart, super like the strength and cultivation thing understandable because she has a gift, but like
her intelligence,
her intelligence doesn't make any sense, bro. Like where do you get this from? You were like I understand that like you were just like kind of just a stepping stone for everybody else, like a doormat, and you just let everybody walk over you. But if you were this smart, but you were just that scared, that doesn't make sense to me. That you were like, the way she acted in her first life, like she shouldn't have acted like that if she was as smart as she is now.
Yeah.
And so now her being so smart and how she's acting now makes it seem like the first life was just like BS. Like it shouldn't have happened. And like I I just don't like when all these things just happen for no reason, you know? Just like give us a it could even be a bad reason to be honest. But give me a reason why she's good at these things, you know? And I'll take it. At least give me something, but if you're just going to gloss over it, that angers me.
Yeah, then there's the cultivation.
Oh, it's trash too.
So I'm gonna be honest. It's honestly the cultivation's kind of an asshole.
Oh, for sure.
So they haven't really explained it that well.
Nope.
I honestly thought they were gonna tell us more,
especially because they were talking about the ranks and stuff. I thought they'd go into it,
but they haven't really said anything. Also, her rank is really high.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it seemed to be super high. And that's another thing that's very confusing for me. I'm not sure what level of cultivation is like extremely strong because to very simply put it, guys, they say at the beginning that there's 9 ranks of cultivation, and that's it. They don't, and like it's not stages. It's just like rank 1 to rank 9, and like a good example is like youth going into an academy, they can be rank 6. So does that mean they're almost peak powers in the world? It's very confusing, and there's a time when I won't go into the specifics, but there's like the crown prince out and about, and he has like only like 6 rank like guards that are like 6 ranked around him, and I'm like, is that supposed to be super strong, or is he just have like no protection on him? I'm just very confused, you know. I'm so confused.
So yeah, and I honestly don't. Did they mention the matriarch's cultivation at all?
I don't think they have. They haven't.
I don't think so. Yeah, that's why I was like, so we have the reason why you're able to kind of get a gauge for like what peak powers are is because they tell us like how strong some of the peak powers are. But we don't know the strength of anyone outside of her and like all the kids.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying I don't know if her current is she almost like peak power in this world, or is this like only a first stage, like for example key condensation to foundation establishment?
Yeah.
Or for example, actually Keyboard Immortal, let's do that from like stage 1 to stage 2. Is it something like that, or is it just like these are 9 ranks, and she's at her rank that she is at now, and like she's OP basically? I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that, guys. My rating has dropped for this novel significantly. It was. I think I had a 7.5 last week. It's like, first of all, to put in reference, we said I think I put Regress Demon Lord is kind at 6.5. It would not be even fair to be close to that. I'm giving this a 5 right now. Honestly, a 4.5. 4.5 right now. We told you we don't lie, guys. If it's trash, it's trash.
Yeah. I'm at a 5 right now.
You're at a 5?
Yeah, I think also one of the issues with Phoenix Requiem is, so, I mean, usually in a lot of the Zhangsha stuff we've read, there's a lot of revenge stuff, right?
For sure, all the time.
And usually gets fairly wrapped up, or the progression towards with the
main character like dealing with dealing with the antagonist,
Mm-hmm.
it's very satisfying.
For sure.
This one is not. It just feels like
He said, "This is ass." Oh my goodness.
because the
I'm sorry. Keep going.
the female MC here, like she's dealt some blows,
Uh-huh.
but she really hasn't like gone to the thick of it.
Yeah.
And also, she is like she's fallen for some dumb stuff.
Very dumb stuff.
And I was just kind of like, all right, this is. First of all, these are all children, so I don't know why it's looking like they're like 20, like 5, and they're
They
fighting
love.
like this.
They might. If they were 17, I could understand more of this stuff. But they're all 13.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, these are not. These are all kids
Yeah.
acting like they're adults
Mm-hmm.
trying to kill each other, and I was like,
Too much.
this is a lot.
Yeah.
And then yeah,
And I think I could understand more if there were kids trying to kill each other. Because, like, for example, if you guys think about it, in a world where cultivation exists, like, if a kid is super talented at cultivation, I could see that getting to their head.
yeah, and getting jealous and stuff.
And getting jealous, and, like, that could lead to them using the cultivation to kill people and, like, fight, and, like, they end up killing somebody, right? But, here it's not like that. It's these 13-year-old kids are, like, scheming to kill each other.
Yeah,
Like, it'd be different if, like, somebody is, like, tries to take, I don't know, if young Reqiuem is, like, over here taking somebody else's man, and she's like, oh, you dare, and then they, like, start fighting it out, right? That would be one thing, but, like, them, like, scheming and stuff, I'm like, this is
Yeah.
a little too much for 13-year-old kids, you know? I'm like, it doesn't feel realistic.
yeah.
And obviously, doesn't feel realistic in a cultivation novel. I understand how that could seem kind of stupid, but like,
No, because human relationships like still
yeah,
matter.
that's
And
true.
like intelligence, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Some of this still has to be like realistic.
yeah,
You know?
and like I don't know. I just
Yeah, but it's not very relatable. You know?
no. I think I would have preferred if the female MC was a little bit more ruthless, like
That too.
literally towards her whole family, because her whole family's crazy.
I don't see the point of her being there at all anymore.
No, but yeah, I'm just like okay.
Honestly, the more we talk about it, the more I want to rate this lower.
We'll see. I hope like in the next 50 chapters they finally like reveal like maybe like the Emperor's power
Oh yeah.
or the Matriarch's power.
Mhm.
Actually, the grandfather didn't even tell us his power. He's like, yeah, I sacrificed my cultivation. I was like, so what rank did you drop to, bro? Were you 9th to 8th, 8th to 7th? Like, what happened?
So they did say that. They said, but he didn't. It wasn't. So there's different types of cultivation, guys. Right? In the novel, you go 1 through 9, and that's all we've heard. And so once you hit the 7th rank of Blade Master, which is just like the strength, just your inner strength, you can like spread out and do like professions. And so then you can be like a pill master or a forge master, which I think are the two professions that they have in this world. So once you hit 7th rank of Blade Master, you can pursue pill master and forge master. And he was a 5th rank pill master, and after he sacrificed his pill master cultivation and go down to 3rd rank, so he can only make 3rd rank pills now. That's what they said.
Oh, yeah. Too bad that still doesn't tell us how strong he is. All we know is he's at least 7th rank.
That's true. He's at least 7th rank.
But his granddaughter's already like.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's confusing.
We'll see.
And then there was a note somewhere in the book, probably like near chapter 70, right when they came out of the academy thing, academy arc little thing, that they were talking about, oh, this guy must be at least at a sword immortal level to be able to do something, like they did something cool in the novel, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, he has to be at least a sword immortal level to be able to pull that off, and I was like, what does that mean?
What is that sort of?
I did not know it's sword immortal. Like you have to be like you go after the Tao of the sword,
Yeah.
or is it like that's like a certain level? I don't know. You know, we need some more explanations, guys. You can't be like we were saying with Regress Demon Lord is kind. You can't be horrible at an explanation and your plot is ass. Okay?
Yeah.
You gotta pick a struggle. And right now, they're picking both.
Yeah.
So we need some more, guys. We need some more. We're hoping the next 50 is better, but we're not gonna stop, guys.
We're gonna keep
Keep it going.
keep it thorough.
And it could turn around, guys. It could turn around. The next 100 chapters could make us go from 4.5 to like a 9.5. Who knows? And one quick thing, I doubt it. But one quick thing I want to add, real quick. Pet peeve. I absolutely hate the fact that she has a birthmark, guys. Right? I think it's on her left side.
Yeah.
And they make it seem as if it covers her whole face.
Mm-hmm.
But she covers it up with like this piece of like bandage. She covers it up with a band-aid, basically. They call it gauze, but she covers it up with a band-aid. And yet, you're telling me it covers it. It covers her birthmark, which they make it seem as like her whole face, because as soon as she takes it off, they're like, oh, the whole half of her face is deformed. I'm like, what? How big is this thing?
Yeah.
Like, there's no consistency with it. Because they say she covers it with a band-aid, and then in the same sentence, they say it like destroys half of her face. It looks like a huge, I think they said it's like, it looks like a huge spider on her face.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no idea what to imagine here. At this point, I'm imagining half ogre, half person. I want you to know. I'm imagining Fiona on one side. No, I'm imagining Shrek on one side, and then like beautiful Chinese 13-year-old on the right.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm imagining in my head, because they're doing such a bad job at explaining it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to imagine. It's not good, guys. Actually, 4. It's a 4. All right? It's a 4. I'm giving it a 4 right now.
God.
Let's see if it goes up. But I don't know. We're being pessimistic right now. But
Yeah, let's wrap this up,
Yep.
because I think our camera's about to meet its end.
well, guys, I just want to say, episode 10. We're happy that we finally got here. We said it was gonna be a special episode. If this isn't special,
Then nothing is.
nothing is.
God's descended upon you.
Yeah, for real. I love it. But yeah, guys, episode 10 of Light Novel Fiends. This was Aries, aka Adamar,
This was Invictus, aka Biggest Gamer.
and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.